Hello and welcome back. Oh, I just stabbed myself in the face. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I am actually getting ready to go run some errands because we are leaving for Yosemite tomorrow. Well, again, not actually Yosemite. We're going to San Fran first and then like road tripping to Yosemite, but I just like to say Yosemite. So I need to go run some errands. I need to go to the grocery store. What? I need to go to the grocery store to make sure the house is stocked up because we have a house sitter and I just like to have food in the house for her. And then I need to go to Target. I actually don't remember what I needed to go to Target for, so I'm hoping by the end of this video it comes back to me. But I thought that I would sit down and film and show you guys my quick out the door makeup look. The main focus of this is going to be the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Blurring Powder Foundation, which I do have a whole video on. I think I called it like the world's greatest powder foundation, and I still stand by that claim. I do think this is the world's best powder foundation, but I didn't do my whole face in that video, so I figured we could just kind of, you know, put it all together and show you what we're working with. So let me just put my headband on. So in all my powder foundation videos, I always mention that I like to prep my skin, as in moisturize it like 30-40 minutes before I put on my powder foundation, because just for me, it works better that way. So this morning when I got up, I moisturized my face with this Drunk Elephant whipped cream. So that has been sinking into the skin for probably 40 minutes or so now, and we can move straight into our powder foundation. Just for me, I feel like if I moisturize right before I put on my powder foundation, that it can be a little sticky in certain spots and it's not as smooth of an application, but to each their own. You can do it any which way you want to do it. So we're gonna move straight on to the main star of the show, which again is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Blurring Powder Foundation, and I'm gonna use mine in the shade R330. Now the powder foundation on itself is super magical, but I also think the magic lies in the little applicator sponge. I was never really one for these little applicator sponge, but this guy just, oh, he's just so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply. I don't know what it is about this actual powder foundation itself, but it does such an amazing job at like blurring out your pores if you do have visible pores on your face. It's really good at color correcting any redness that you have on your face, and it keeps you matte the entire day, but it still looks really natural on your skin, which I love. So I'm just gonna do this one side of the face so that you guys can see if you missed that world's greatest powder foundation video. It just is such a dramatic difference to me. Like this side just looks so smooth and poreless, and it really just keeps you matte all day long, but still has a really natural look to it. It does a really good job at absorbing oils too, and like you can just keep layering this. I never feel like it looks too heavy or too cakey on the skin. Oh man, I touched my shirt. But it is honestly crazy how much coverage you get from this powder foundation. Like, still blown away by it every time I use it. This guy is available at Sephora and Sephora inside JCPenney. I don't know what I would ever do without it. I basically gave up all my other powder foundations for this powder foundation just because it's so good. And it's really easy to throw in your bag and go. So this is kind of like my go-to travel makeup look also. I don't always wear makeup to the airport, but sometimes if I'm just feeling like a little too zombie-like, I will throw some of this powder foundation on just to kind of control my oil, and the coverage is crazy, okay? It's insane. So I'm gonna do a little bit of brow. I should probably like really go get my brows done, right? It's been so long that I'm just like, I can live with these. And I'm gonna use the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, which is my favorite brow pencil. Quickly go ahead and just fill some of this in. It's not gonna be like my full brow that I usually do, but I just wanna add a little bit to kind of enhance the shape and kind of cover up some of these hairs. And then I'm gonna brush them up a little bit just for a more fluffy effect. So I just use any kind of gel. I just find that brow gel doesn't work for me, so I'm just gonna use this guy, which is a, it's really for your edges, but I use it on my brows now. This is called Edge Booster, and it's a Stronghold water-based pomade. I like how small it is because I can travel with this. When I used to use like that big gel, I could never take it with me because it was so huge, and I would forget it, and I would be so mad when I went to go brush up my brows and I didn't have it. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this Benefit Creaseless Concealer. This is in the shade 5, so it's not super bright. And I'm going to put some little dots in here, and I'm just going to swirl that kind of right where that darkest part of my under eye is. Up in that corner. I'm also not gonna set this under eye concealer. I'm just gonna leave it because I don't feel like it needs to be set because there's powder under there. Okay, and then I'm gonna do just a little bit of bronzer on my lids and on my cheeks just to kind of add some color back to the face. So this is the Lawless Summer Skin Velvet Matte Bronzer in the shade Golden Hour. Really, really love this blush. Bronzer, I mean. Kind of just adding it all around, like the perimeter of the face. Again, we're just trying to bring back some color so we just don't look so flat. And then for blush, I'm still rocking with my Jouer palette, and I'm gonna go with this like really pinky shade just to look lively. And then before we move on and put any mascara on, I'm gonna give my face a spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. This is just like the summer one they come out with. And don't be stingy on the spray, okay? Go for it. Loud. And then I'm gonna take just a dry beauty blender and kind of push that into the skin. This will just ensure that you look like skin. Voila. For mascara, I'm gonna use this It Cosmetics Lash Blowout with a little bit of the Volume Stylist from Essence. I don't want that one actually. I want the Volume Stylist. This is the Curl and Hold mascara from Essence. But yeah, I like this one, the Curl and Hold, a little more than the lash extension. We're basically done. I don't really put mascara on the bottom of my lashes if I know that I'm gonna be running errands because I get like hot and sweaty out there. And if I have mascara on my lower lashes, it just ends up running down my face. So I'm gonna leave that alone, and we're gonna do a quick little lip. I've come to the point in my life where I cannot live without lip liner. It just is always on my lips if I have makeup on. The one that I'm really obsessed with right now is actually Carly's lip liner, Bible, but I'm not gonna wear that one today because it's a little too much for the day. So I'm gonna use Subculture today. Usually my go-to is Stripped Down, but this one has like a very similar tone to it. If you're fairer than me though, I don't know if this will work for you. You know what? This might actually be too light for me. This shade is like lighter than my actual lip. What about this one? What is this, Malibu? Does anybody else's Kylie lip liners do this? Because that's cool, right? Cool, right? And then for my actual lip, I'm gonna do a little bit of Leave Me Breathless, which is a super nude. We're just gonna blend that in. And then on top is my favorite, which is My Tweety. I love this orangey situation. And then on top, I'm gonna use MAC's Cream Sheen in Boy Bait. Lastly, I'm just going to curl these lashes so they stand up a little more and aren't so like they're more like Okay. This is my final face. Usually it takes me about 20 minutes or so to do this face. I'm not gonna front and be like, oh my god, I can do this face in 5 minutes. No, I can't. But this is the face that I usually do, like if we're running errands or anything like that. Or if I'm taking a little more extra time and I'm going to the airport at like a night flight, this is the face that I'll do. But I always take my makeup off when I get on the actual plane itself because it's not really good to be like on a long ass flight with like makeup on in that recycled air. So if I do wear makeup to the airport, I do end up taking it off when I get on the plane. Thing that takes the longest is honestly my eyebrows. So some days I'll just skip that and put a little brow gel in them and be gone and going. That is it for me. So I'm gonna go run my errands. I am vlogging, so you guys will have some vlogs soon. And I'm off to Yosemite. So that is it for me. I don't have anything else to tell you guys except I love you, and I will see you super soon in a new video. Bye guys.